Hi guys. Hi guys and welcome back to Gersh TV. So in today's video I want to speak about dealing with dyslexia while studying in university. I know that it's around September now and people are starting university, people are starting college, people are starting sixth form. Even if you're moving up in a year, it's still a change in the academic year. And I want to speak about my experience with dyslexia because I just want to encourage people that just because you have dyslexia does not mean you are less than, does not make you stupid. It's the most common thing that people like to say is that you're stupid or that you're dumb and that you're not going to get anywhere because you're dyslexic, which is absolutely false. So I've been knowing I've had dyslexia. I wouldn't say in primary school I knew that I had dyslexia, but as soon as I went to secondary school, like, I've been knowing I had dyslexia. But the schools that I was going to was just simply putting me in the lower sets. I was just literally the class clown. Primary school, secondary school, I was just always the loud one. Just doing the most, just being funny, just being loud, because I don't know, that's just the way I am anyway. But when it came to studying, when it came to work, when it came to reading, it was not my friend. I am telling you. I used to hate it. I used to loathe it. It was all fun and games until it was time to read. You know, okay, remember in school when you guys, I don't know, in English class, everybody has to read the same book and then the teacher will make you all go around in a circle and read a book. Bam. And it was my turn to read. You know what I would do? I'd be literally like this. Practicing the word. Literally, I'd be practicing the word. Literally having an anxiety attack. I would be having heart failure. I used to literally panic. I used to literally be like, it was a race. It was literally a race. It felt like a race, guys. It was the most daunting thing for me to read out loud. It was like it was a phobia. I hated to read out loud, especially in front of my classmates. I hated it. It was literally a race against time. Like whenever I'd see someone read, because you know when they used to tell you, you read this part, you read this part. You know when they would say people have to read like 2 lines each. Me, yeah, I would calculate how much people would literally count. Okay, she's going to read that 2 lines. He's going to read that 2 lines. So these are my 2 lines. So let me practice from now. And my heart would just start racing. My heart would just start racing. I would start sweating low-key. I would have anxiety attack. If I didn't know a word, I'd literally low-key tell the person. I'd be like, yo, what does that word say? And they'd be like, what? I'm like, can you tell me what this word says? I'm about to read right now and I'm not trying to look like an idiot. Even though I know I'm going to look like an idiot because I'm having anxiety and I'm already daunting it. It's like, if you're already scared of something and you're already daunting the situation, I don't know, it's like when you wake up and you say to yourself, I'm going to have a bad day, and then you be surprised that you have a bad day. It's like you put that energy out there in the first place. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I used to do all the time. I used to do it all the time. So I'll be asking people like, yo, what does this say? What does that say? Like, I'm having anxiety. I don't think you get it. And then when it was my turn, I'll literally be like, for a good like 10 seconds. And it was, I'm not doing this to take the mick out of anybody because I'm telling you, this is my story. This is how I used to act. This was me. I would literally be like, I don't know what this is talking about. And I would just hate it. And then after it was my time, when I finished reading or whatever, I would just feel so upset. I would just be so discouraged. I'd just be like, what is wrong with me? Like, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? And yeah, it really messed up my person. It knocked my self-esteem. Like in school, that was the worst thing. Now and then you would have certain people be like, can't you read? Primary schools went, you're in the low set, wah, wah, wah. Even though I never really got bullied for having dyslexia, it was still something that knocked my confidence down, because it's like you just want to be able to read a book, you just want to be able to say certain things without feeling like you're being judged, without feeling like, oh, I sound like an idiot, without having anxiety. That's the thing. I already have mad anxiety as it is. That's something that I learned whilst I was in university, but back then it was like in heightened, because it's like, I don't know what I'm doing, I hate this. Before I went to university, I asked my teacher in sixth form to do a dyslexia test. I knew I was dyslexic. I knew it. And I'm thinking to myself, instead of putting me in the low sets all the time, instead of making me have more time doing this, more time doing that, which is good, don't get me wrong, tell me that I have dyslexia and get someone that can actually help me rather than just belittling me. Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it did feel a bit belittling, just being tossed in. I just literally felt like you're just being tossed. That's how I felt. I'm just being tossed to the low sets because I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. It carries this stigma around. It carries this stigma around that you're not good at anything and that you're always going to be in the low sets for the rest of your life. False. As I was saying, before I went to university, in sixth form, I asked them to do a dyslexia test because I just knew in my heart I'm dyslexic, so let's just get this over and done with. They're like, I don't think you have it, I don't think you have it, but if you want to do it, then you can do it. I'm thinking, you guys know that I have it. You guys know that I have it. If they were really serious, they would have been clocked that I had dyslexia. They would have been done an assessment to see if I have dyslexia, and I would have been got the support that I needed to get. But because they were being lazy, and I'm sorry, I gotta keep it 100, because they were being lazy and didn't want to do all that extra, but just tossed me to the low set. So cool, dyslexia test in sixth form, and it turned out that I wasn't dyslexic. I was shocked. Not saying that they played around with my results, I'm not saying that they tampered, but what I'm saying is I know I'm dyslexic and this computer is telling lies, because I'm definitely dyslexic. So come university, when people say that university is next level, they're not joking. It is a next level. I studied theatre and drama in university, and I'm like, I've just really believed that everything happens for a reason. I'm thinking that my course is going to entail me doing more practical things, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be just acting all the time. Obviously, I'm going to have to read scripts, which was a bit scary, but I thought to myself, I'm going to be practical anyway, so it's cool. No, no, it was a lot more academic. There was a lot of writing. It was literally theatre and drama studies. We were doing case studies, like proper writing, proper research. I don't think you get it. Like, it was proper. Guys, it was really hard work, and my parents don't even know this, but I failed first year. I can take responsibility. I failed first year because I was being stupid and I wasn't taking life seriously. I just got way too excited. So cool, I failed first year. I was literally on the verge of being I was a failing student. I had to literally beg for them to take me back again. You know, I should really do like a whole story time, like my university life, because it's actually a story. But I had to literally beg them. I had to write this long email talking about how sorry I am, talking about
how I'm willing to start again, how I'm gonna put in 100% effort when I come back
in. I was going in. I get a second chance, and even though I'm still being a bit crazy, I'm really struggling. I am struggling. I was literally getting below 40s in my essays, and you know how 40 is the pass mark? I wasn't even passing. Like, I didn't expect for it to be that hard. They're asking me things like, Shakespeare's obvious, but say, what was Sergei's arguments? The man wasn't even called Sergei. What is Sergei's argument in regards to Shakespeare's Macbeth? And how does it compare to, how does Macbeth and Hamlet compare in regards to tragedies? What elements, what characters? I'm thinking, what are you lot talking about? I don't know what Sergei's opinion is. I don't know why Sergei compared Hamlet to Macbeth. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why he built that theatre. Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot. I'm so glad that I did it. I'm so glad. But at the time, I didn't know why I had to compare Sergei's argument. I didn't know why Sergei used this type of language. I didn't get it. Did we have to go around the class and everybody read? Yes. Did I have to do this again? Did I have to literally? Yes. Yeah. And it got to a point where the teacher just knew. Like, whenever the teacher would be like, who wants to read? So I'll go to this support worker. When I tell you, I really love that woman. Like, she is just so lit, and I'll explain why later. So we're having a conversation, and she said to me, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know how you're gonna take it, but just know that I'm not doing this to be horrible or disrespect you, but I'm doing this because I want you to do well in this. I want you to do well. She was like, I think you're dyslexic. Did I take offense? Yes. But did I already know I was dyslexic? Of course. So I couldn't really say anything. I was like, what do you mean? She showed me my grades from the first year that I failed. First year doesn't count. Second year counts and third year counts. She says, I'm not wishing this on you, but what I'm telling you is, if you don't redeem yourself, if you don't get your act together, you might as well shut the deuces up. She was like, you might as well be like, peace, because So you need to want this, you need to have to work hard. And she was saying you need to do the dyslexia test. So finally I did it. I found that not only was I dyslexic, it was so funny because when I was sitting face to face with the man, he was looking at me like, girl, you are dyslexic. But not only was I dyslexic, so cool, I'm dyslexic, I'm dyspraxic, and the maths one. You know what the maths one's called? Is it Miss Numerous? I was all three of them. He told me this after the results came back. He was like, you're this, and you're this. Did I feel like rubbish when I first found out? Absolutely. I did. I'm not gonna lie, it was very discouraging. I actually wanted to cry. I didn't cry. Knew I was dyslexic, but I didn't know it was to this extent. But he was so nice. He was like, this does not mean you can't pass in university, but what it means is you're gonna have to work twice as hard as the other students. And he was like, you need to think about it like this. Everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. And it's so true. Like I live by this all the time. We all have the same amount of hours in one day. It's what you do with them hours that make the difference. When I found out, everything changed. Everything changed. I went back to my personal tutor, and you know what, she was so happy for me, and it wasn't in a bad way, but she was like, Gershom, you don't get it. This is the start now. Like, this is the start. I know that you're gonna make a flip around. I know that you're gonna be able to do this. Found out that I was dyslexic. I got a free laptop. I got a free printer. I was in here to go to these workshops, which were long, but it made such a difference. Guys, my grades were literally going higher and higher and higher. Like, I feel like my support worker was my hype man. She was my hype man. She goes, Gersh. She was like, Gershom. She called me Gersh sometimes, like we were that tight. Nickname, Gershom. And she was showing me, look how much you've improved. Look how they're gradually going higher and higher. Guys, I come from I was getting below 30. I was literally getting below 30. I was getting below 30, 28. I was so, guys, actually below 30s to 50s, 55. And then when I started getting to the 60s, I was screaming. Because, guys, it's getting the right support. It's acknowledging that you have it, knowing that you need to take longer time. And also with the free laptop and stuff, they gave me software. So there were softwares that I can actually speak. I got given a headset. They gave me the whole thing, you know. I felt like I was balling out of control. They gave me a headset thing. They gave me a microphone. If you have dyslexia and you have a personal tutor or you have a mentor, you need to make sure that they're not doing the work for you. One thing that I really respect about my mentor is that she would never do it for me. She would help me so much, but she would make sure that I got it for myself. Because the thing is this, if your mentor is constantly doing the work for you, constantly telling you the answers, and you're not learning anything for yourself, when you get out of university and you enter the real world, you're going to be stuck. I really get the stigma of having dyslexia. I get how it can make you feel stupid. I get that it can actually make you feel less than, and it can play a lot in your self-esteem. But I just wanted to let you guys know that you are not stupid, and just because you're struggling one aspect of life does not mean that you're terrible altogether in life. You are not. You have dyslexia. Dyslexia doesn't have you. Dyslexia doesn't run you. I am graduating with a second class honours in November, and if you was to tell me this beginning of first year, I would actually laugh in your face. I am so proud of myself, and I'm gonna say it because it has been a journey. So I just want to say, don't give up. Good luck to everybody that's going to university, college, or starting something new. Stay encouraged, believe in yourself, and just know that dyslexia does not define who you are.